At this time, I have an award to give to Sarb Johl, named the 2016 Agriculturalist of the Year for the California State Fair. Sarb, could you meet me up front, please? This is presented to Sarb Johl, California State Fair 2016 Agriculturalist of the Year. In proud recognition of this accomplishments and the service of Mr. Sarb Johl, who has been the leader of the agriculture industry of Sutter County and California. And it's signed by the Supervisors, Larry Munger, Jim Whitaker, Ron Solinger, Dan Torres, and Barbara LeVay. I had a chance to go to this celebration down in Sacramento at the State Fair. It was very well attended. I'd say there was about 1,000 people there, and this is a big honor. I mean, this is for the agriculturists of the whole state of California. So that means quite a bit.
Well, I just want to thank the Board of Supervisors for this recognition, and I'm really humbled to be receiving this award, and I was lucky enough to have Supervisor Whitaker, LeVay, and Munger at the gala back in June, and it's truly a great honor to be involved in agriculture and be involved in agriculture in Sutter County. And Sutter County has been good to us, to the agriculture, and I think the agriculture is the kind of driving force of the Yuba Sutter economy, and I'd like to see there's more done to, we're great at producing a lot of product here in our county, but, we don't do a lot of processing and value added, and I think it'd be kind of nice to have some type of program in place, where we could take what we produce here so we could value add and create some middle-level jobs in this county. Thank you very much for this recognition.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, you have some comments. I think Barbara does.
Yes, I'd like to just make a few comments and provide a little information for those in the audience who are not aware of Mr. Johl. Also, I'd like to introduce Mrs. Johl and Karen, not Joel anymore. Anyway, thank you all for coming. First of all, let me just say a little background on Mr. Johl and his farming. He began farming in 1976 with his father. He graduated from Yuba City High School, went to Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, and after graduating from college in the mid-'80s, Mr. Johl returned to help his family farm peaches. He was one of the investors and founders in Sacramento Growers Cooperative, and later he also founded Sacramento Valley Walnut Growers, which I have to tell everyone is just a stone's throw from my home on O'Banion Road. So loved having him as a neighbor. And they now have many growers where they process walnuts in Yuba, Sutter, Colusa, Butte, and Tulare counties. So with that, again, congratulations, and certainly glad to have you in our community, both counties, and also a neighbor as well.
Anybody else with a comment?
Through the chair.
Jim.
Mr. Chairman, I would also echo some of the same sentiments as Supervisor LeVay, and I will tell you that Mr. Johl is a very highly experienced businessman and farmer in our community. He's probably one of the best professional farmers that we have in this community, and that says a lot about who he is. He prides himself on being humble. He's not going to be the one that stands up and says, hey, look what I did, look what I did. He kind of takes the back seat and just leads by experience, and that's always the best. When I first started out in the peach industry, I worked as a field man for Tri-Valley Growers for a number of years, and I was stationed out at District 10, and that's where Mr. Johl and I started our friendship. And so he educated me a lot on the peach industry, and it was very helpful. There's a lot of young people in this audience today, and I will tell you, and if my children were here, I would probably point at Mr. Johl and say, there is your role model, okay? that's how you should lead your life. And I would tell my kids that same thing because of the fact of how he leads his life and what he believes in. We've had numerous talks over the years over our friendship, and one of the best things is that we don't always agree on everything. But he's always going to tell me exactly how he feels, and those folks are what we call our truest friends because they're not always going to agree with you on everything. So congratulations, Mr. Johl, on being the Agriculturalist of the Year. I think I was second runner-up again this year, and that's fine. But I appreciate not only you being in that position, I also appreciate your friendship over the years. So thank you.
Anybody else?
To the chair.
Yes, Ron.
I'm not sure he can spell agriculture, so second place. I've known Sarb Johl for 25-plus years, and I think you not only bring honor to yourself with this recognition, but honor to our area. And I think it's something you should be very proud of, as we are proud of you. And it's a nice association I've had for Mr. Johl for a number of years, and hopefully we'll continue doing it. And maybe one of these days we'll get to play a little more golf together.
To the chair. Mr. Johl, you mentioned that that agriculture is a driving force in our economy, and I just want to say thank you for bringing that up, and thank you for your leadership in that as a driving force. And you mentioned some really good ideas that I hope that we pursue economically here, and there's opportunities to do so here in the near future, and really love to hear more from you on your, and bring your leadership forth to move forward on some of those other options that you mentioned today even. So I look forward to further leadership, and thank you again, and congratulations for the award.
Okay, good. Thank you, Board.